I mean, I think that makes you appreciate a lot of things a lot more, just because we are lucky to be able to go out there and play the way we do, and in front of the crowd and the interactions with the fans and everything. We're just so lucky because something like this can just take it all away.
Steve, you have a question?
Yeah, I do. Hey, Tre, you came back to school to improve your game and make yourself better for the next level. How do you think you went in accomplishing that this year? What do you think you improved on the best?
Right. I think that, I mean, starting off with just leadership, that's something that coach always talked to me about, even in recruitment before I got there. But I mean, all the coaches helped me with my leadership this year. I feel like, I mean, through adversity and through the ups and downs, they're always trying to bring the most out of me as far as leadership goes. I feel like being a vocal leader is something that I grew a lot in this year. Um, is just trying to talk more, whether it's in the locker room, on the court, practice, games, whatever it was, just trying to talk more and be more of a vocal leader, rather than just letting my actions do the leadership. But I feel like a lot of different aspects in my game grew this year. I feel like I was able to show that I can shoot the ball much better than I did last year. I think that was one of the biggest things that I improved on this year.
Derek, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Tre, aside from basketball for a second, I mean, what are you going to miss most about Duke and Duke's campus?
Right. I mean, I think just the people there, really. I mean, ever since I stepped onto campus, felt like home to me. I mean, those people around there embrace everyone that comes there, and I mean, everyone just wants the best for you. Not only from the coaches and the staff that's all around the team. I mean, the professors, the people around campus, it's everyone. Everyone just wants the best for you, and they make it feel a lot like home.
Aaron, I think you have a question. Go ahead.
Okay. Tre, with everything going on with the draft prep that is probably going to be unusual to say the least, you can't really work with guys up close and with all the health protocols in. How do you sort of envision preparing and getting yourself ready for the draft with everything going on with the coronavirus?
Right. I think it's definitely different, something that no one's ever dealt with. So it's kind of weird right now, but I think just trying to stay in shape, trying to continue to do the things from home that I can do. Staying with my brother right now, so get to work out with him as much as we can and do as much from home that we can. But I'm just trying to just stay ready whenever the moment comes that we do get to work out for teams or whatever it is. I mean, no one really knows yet, but just trying to stay ready. So when we do get over this as a country and as a world, I mean, I'm trying to not take any steps back and just try to keep taking steps forward in this process.
Adam, go ahead.
Hey, Tre, what kind of feedback did you get from the NBA Draft Advisory Board, and how much did that influence you making a decision? Was it kind of contingent on what you heard back before making the decision, or was it already made?
Right. I mean, I haven't got any feedback yet, but I think this decision was made just based off of. I mean, I feel like it was the best decision for myself at this point. I mean, I came back to Duke to one, get healthy and get back to 100% for my health and my body, but then also to come back and try to compete for a national championship. And I mean, with what's going on, that got cut short. So I mean, just trying to think about what was next, and I felt like at this point I was ready to take the next step.
Mark, Mark, go ahead.
Tre, 2 years with Coach K, what's the story you're going to take with you throughout your life that you'll remember the most?
Right. I mean, I don't think there's really one story that I can take for me or take from the 2 years with him. I think it's just how competitive he was. I mean, how he wanted to get better every single day. He never took any days off. He spent so much time around the game, and I mean, it just goes. I mean, he shows how much he's dedicated and how much it pays off by being that dedicated and that bought into the game of basketball. So, I mean, my takeaway is just, I mean, completely being all in on whatever you're doing because, I mean, at at the age he's at and what he's accomplished there and just in the basketball world, he could easily come in every day, be relaxed, not care as much anymore. But he seemed to have more fire every single day, and I mean more fire in year two than he even did in my first year. So I think just that was my biggest takeaway.
Hey, JB, go ahead.
Hey, Trey, quick question for you in regards to how much your game has developed during the year that you decided to come back. You could have been a draftee last year. What part of your game did you think was going to translate the best on the NBA level, and how were you able to improve that during year two?
Right. I think that, I mean, to start off with my defense was something that I was focusing on a lot in year one, especially with the talent that we had and just not having to do as much on the offensive end with the talent around me. I think that was something that I was able to carry over, and then I'm just trying to improve my leadership, like I said, but also my jump shot. I think for point guards in the NBA or at any level, actually, being a leader is something that is really important to a team and a winning team for sure. So that's something I want to do, and then continue just to improve all aspects of my game. But I think my jump shooting is something that took a big leap this year.
See y'all. Go ahead.
Hey Trey, what if anything did you take from watching Tyus go through this process? You know, way back when he declared, and is there anything that you feel like is applicable to you that you will use in terms of your preparation?
Right, for sure. I think it's somewhat the same that we've been doing the entire time. Is just trusting the process, trying to continue to work hard, no matter what. Staying patient, especially in this time now. I'm trying to stay patient with whatever's going on. No one really has a timetable for anything, so not trying to get ahead of ourselves. Just continue working hard every day because the hard work will pay off. So I'm just trying to keep our head down, stay humble, never get too big headed, and continue to just work hard.
We'll go to Rod and then Mark.
Yeah, Trey, just wondering what you've been doing to pass the time, man, as far as getting through each day to day here.
Right. I mean, the classes just resumed online, so doing classes again after the week. I think they extended a week of spring break, so I'm back to doing classes. But then just I'm trying to work out with my brother here in his home. I'm trying to stay in shape and ready to go. And then after that, I mean, just hanging out, playing video games, doing normal things after that. Not leaving the house, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, what do you kind of do to take your mind off of everything that's going around to try to get away from all this stuff?
Right. I mean, we do get to watch games that come on TV. There's a lot of good classics that are coming on right now that they're putting on, so we get to watch a lot of those. Got to watch some of his games from Duke, some of my games from Duke, so that was fun. But I mean, just being able to hang out with family in this time, I think, is the best part of it because, I mean, with something this serious going around, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what the future holds, and I think we've all seen that now. So, just spending valuable time with the people closest to you.
Thanks, Trey.
Yeah, Trey, I was going to say, with everything your mother already went through, that probably drives home how serious this has to be taken. You guys don't need to be reminded of that, right?
Right, not at all. Like you said, we know. Um, I mean, how serious things can get, and I mean, this time, I mean, it was serious enough for all sports to be canceled, and I think that was enough of a wake up call for myself and my family to realize how serious this is, and I mean, what the action we need to take. So, I mean, for our family, we're taking this extremely serious. I mean, we're trying to stay away from people, and I'm trying to stay home, and I mean, just stay safe until everything clears up and everyone's just able to get on the same page with things again.
My actual question was, do you think, given this crazy situation we're in, and I know you can't speak for them, but could you see it impacting decisions that other players are making similar to the one you made?
Right. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's tough with the tournament being canceled and everything. It's tough. I know for myself, coming back to win a national championship was the first thing on my mind. So once that got taken away, it was tough for a decision. But I mean, I think it's just I think it's just weird. I mean, it's new for everybody. No one really knows what to do and how to think of it because I mean it was something that you would never think would happen in a lifetime. So I mean it's hard to deal with really.
Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I want to make sure, Trey, you're in Minneapolis, right, or Minnesota?
Correct.
Okay. I was going to ask about, Mark asked it too, but I was going to ask about your mom and how this has impacted her. I mean, sure, she's immunocompromised, I guess, with her situation. Is there extra care you have to take with that?
Right. I mean just not letting her really do anything or go anywhere. I'm trying to go to the grocery store for her and my grandma. Not letting them really go anywhere or expose themselves to take any chances with this. Um, Obviously, we see how serious it is, and like you said, the different groups. I mean, it gets more serious. So I'm just not really letting her do anything. I mean, she knows how serious it is. My grandma knows how serious it is. So they're both staying home, taking care of themselves, but just trying to, if they need anything, just go to the grocery store for them rather than them trying to go out and not take it serious and something come up.
Brennan, go ahead.
Yeah, Trey, you mentioned how much of a motivation coming back to win a national championship was this season. Have you and the guys still been talking, and how do you, I guess, sort of try and come to a sense of closure about your career and also this season?
Right. I mean, yeah, the team has still been talking. The group chat still is alive. We're all talking. It's weird how quick it ended and how abrupt it was. So I think it is something that it is hard on us all to kind of process and deal with. I mean, just with how quick it ended, we thought we'd be able to stick around campus a little bit, be able to work out or whatever still, but then we had to be sent home right away as well. So, I mean, it was just quick goodbyes and everything. So, I mean, it still doesn't seem real because, I mean, life isn't really going on at this point. It's just we're stuck in a home or whatever. But I think that, I mean, the way that the whole team reacted um, definitely brought us closer because we all then saw that how bought in, how much we wanted as a group, not just individually, but totally as a group, and how we all felt like we were in a good position in March as a team and with where we're headed.
Hey, Brian, go ahead.
Hey Trey, appreciate you doing this. You mentioned you and Trey or you and Tyus watching games. Is this more like a film session for you guys, or are you watching it just more like fun?
Right. It's more like fun right now. Obviously, there are things that we point out every now and again, but I mean, it's nothing we haven't seen before now at this point. We pretty much watched all the games. So it's more just watching for fun. One of those things that's on TV. We get to watch. I mean, his is 5 years ago now. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a little different, but it's fun watching.
Other Brian, you have a question?
Yeah, you mentioned, Trey, that obviously the waters now are sort of uncertain. Have you been in contact with the staff, and are they sort of helping you navigate through these sort of uncertain times?
Right, for sure. I mean, any questions that I have, anything that I need help with or whatever, the staff did say that they're there. I mean, they can help, but I think it's just no one really knows what's happening as well. I mean, the NBA, it's tough to deal with too right now. They don't really know what's going to happen or what the future holds as well. So it's kind of just up in the air right now, and we're just waiting and trying to be patient.
Mark, and then Bob.
Trey, we've spoken with a number of local athletes and coaches, and they're talking about their cooking skills. Do you have any to begin with, or have you been working on them during this time inside?
Right. I feel like video games is definitely one that still brings me joy in a time like this. Hanging out with family, obviously, is something that I've always done, but I mean, there's not a whole lot to do right now. So watching TV, video games, and then just hanging out.
I was asking specifically about your cooking. Like Kevin Keats at NC State said he makes a mean lasagna. Do you have any special?
No, I haven't picked one up yet. I'm gonna get back to you on that one.
Hey, Bob, did you have a question? Bob Sutton.
Yeah, Trey, was there a time this season where you became comfortable being the focal point of things when maybe last year you certainly, other guys were kind of the centerpiece, and how do you think you reacted to that?
Right. I mean, I felt comfortable the entire season, really. I mean, with coming back for year two and having a recruiting class come in like we did, knowing that they were going to be a key part to the team, key part to the to our team this year. I knew that my leadership, first of all, would be really important, but that I would be kind of the vocal point of the team this year, and that's what coach kind of emphasized to me as well. So, I mean, coming in from the start of the year, I kind of knew that, and I was comfortable with it. So I mean, it was just one of those things that it was different than the year before. So along the way, I had to learn some things. I mean, in the ups and downs, but it was just one of those things I was comfortable with throughout the entire year.
Anything else for Trey? Hey, Brandon? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Trey, you mentioned all the games you and your brother have been watching. When you think back on the last 2 years, basketball-wise, what are your favorite moments at Duke?
Right. I mean, favorite moments, definitely winning the ACC championship. The tournament was got to be up there, just being able to win a championship. But I mean, the game at UNC definitely is going to be a favorite. Just the rivalry and then the way it ended and everything was crazy. So I mean, those two games for sure. But I mean, there's so many memories and moments that definitely stick out.
Hey, Tom, did you have a question?
Zion Williamson got hurt, and a lot of people, including NBA players, were saying he should shut it down and not worry about the tournament. And you face that to a certain extent with your injuries. And now it seems like you hear that with any high draft pick that gets hurt, he ought to shut it down. But I hear you talking about how the national championship was important to you. Can you kind of comment? Is that maybe overblown when people are off on that kind of advice?
Yeah, I think people are definitely off with that type of advice. I mean, anyone who's in that position knows that, I mean, how it feels to be out and not be able to play the game of basketball. And I mean, it's a game that we love and we all want to play. And injuries never what you want to deal with or have to go through, and something that you never want to deal with to have to miss the game of basketball. So, I mean, when you're in that position to come back and play the game, I feel like everyone who really loves the game of basketball will come back and play when they're healthy and ready.